What's good? What's good? I'm back. Yours truly, one and only Paul Pickett, host of the Paul Pickett Podcast, aka Triple P, aka the Common Sense Podcast, your source for music, sports, politics, world events, and much, much more. For those who don't know, this podcast has two versions: the video version and the audio version. Also go live I'm on live on Bingo Live right now and TikTok Live. And I'm pre-recording for YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, BitChute, Rumble, and I'll stream it on Twitch and Twitter as well. And then the audio version goes to Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Deezer, TuneIn, Stitcher, Slacker, iHeartRadio, Player FM, and much, much more. My birthday was April 9th on Easter. My birthday fell on Easter this last Sunday. I didn't go over no scores for that day or for the 10th or whatnot, as I basically went live and streamed nothing but Paul Masson music for a couple hours. So I want to go over these scores that I didn't go over. Then I'm going to go over who I think my all NBA teams should be. Boston beat Atlanta 120-114. And a lot of these teams in the last game of the season don't play a lot of starters. Atlanta played a couple of their starters. They were pretty much already locked into the play-in tournament. So they just rested some of their guys and whatnot. And Boston rested a lot of their guys too. Peyton Pritchard started and gave you 30 points. And Mike Muscala gave you 27 and 26 from Sam Hauser, which Boston's bench players are pretty good. So Atlanta's bench players are not really that great. Atlanta's just up and down all year long. Sixers hold off Nets. Spoiled Thomas 46-point effort. Cam Thomas apparently got some minutes, and he put up 46 points as on 55% shooting. That's the thing. There was a lot of these games. A lot of cats put up a lot of big numbers at there because this last game in the season, the last two games, a lot of teams are just like they packed it in. They're pretty much either calling it quits because they're not going to make the playoffs, or they're just pretty much calling it quits the last game of the season because they're already locked into a specific spot in the playoffs or a specific spot in the play-in tournament. And for the Sixers, you had three players with 20 points: Shake Milton, Mac McClung. Big ups to White Jordan, Mac McClung, and Lewis King gave you 20, and about 11, 14, and 15 off the bench, and another 17 from Paul Reed. The Hornets, why are we winning? I don't know. Hornets use balanced attack to edge Cavs in season finale. What for? We were supposed to be in the Victor Wembanyama sweepstakes. We probably made it worse. Last mock draft, I seen had us at number 6, and that's just not going to – no player at number 6 is probably going to get us over the hump. We got 22 from Mark Williams, 22 from Bryce McGowan's. Theo Malatin gave you 18, and that Savai Malaku cat gave you 16. Cleveland pretty much didn't play no starters except Jared Allen and Evan Mobley. They had Ricky Rubio, Cedi Osman start, and none of those cats really played a lot of minutes. Jared Allen played 12. Evan Mobley played 12. Cedi Osman played 16 minutes, and that was it. And it was really up to the bench guys after that. Orlando Magic lost to the Miami Heat. This was Udonis Haslem scores 24 to lift Heat in regular season finale. This is Udonis Haslem's last regular season game and last game period of his career. He probably should have been retired a year or two ago, but they pretty much kept him on as like a veteran guy to kind of be the team leader and, pretty much, the bulldog. Orlando, let's see. They started Jalen Suggs, Franz Wagner, Wendell Carter Jr., Markel Fultz. I mean, they're not even making the playoffs, so it didn't matter if they started dudes or not. And it seems like they just still wanted to get guys experience a little bit. They pretty much played their starters 11 to 15 minutes, and then brought in all the bench players. Caleb Houston gave you 21. Kevon Harris gave you 22. Miami Heat, 24 from Haslam, 20 from Duncan Robinson. Duncan Robinson ain't done nothing all year long. Duncan Robinson should have been traded probably on the off season. I won't be surprised he gets traded this year. This coming off season. 19 from Victor Oladipo, who probably will get a lot more minutes come playoff time. Because Kyle Lowry really hasn't panned out for Miami Heat like they thought he would. They thought he would pan out. And a lot of people, that's the thing. We always get hyped up over, like, you know, one old guy going to a team. Same thing with the NFL. It was like, oh, Russell Wilson, the Broncos, they're going to be good. Matt Ryan to the Colts, they're going to be good. Man, both of those teams suck. Because apparently the team that moved off of them realized they wasn't the same player that they used to be. What do we got here? We got Pacers got beat by the Knicks, 136. Oh, no, my bad. Pacers beat the Knicks, 141 to 136. Benedict Mathurin gave you 26. Jordan Nwora gave you 19. Aaron Nesmith, 14. RJ Barrett gave you 18. The Knicks pretty much started all these starters except Jalen Brunson, who seems to be hurt right now, I think, or they might be resting. Manuel quickly gave you 30, 22 from Quentin Grimes, 34 from Obi Toppin, and RJ Barrett, like I said, gave you 18. Oh, and 20 rebounds from Mitchell Robinson as well. And I heard a rumor about Dallas might be going after Mitchell Robinson at the end of the season. So they have with Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic. Because they definitely, like, they got scoring. They need to go after some defensive guys. Okay, and I hear the damn landscaping guys coming in with their weed eaters and their leaf blowers. We got Milwaukee lost 121 to 105 against Toronto. Of course, the Bucks nobody started for the Bucks as a starter. Bobby Portis gave you 16. And Gary Trent Jr. gave you 23. Malachi Flynn gave you 20. 14 from Precious Ochoa. And you got about 40-something points off of the bench as well. The Rockets cap off season with win over Wizards. And, you know, the Rockets, it don't make no sense for them to rest anybody because they're pretty much already in the top 3 of worst teams. And the top 3 worst teams all have a 14% chance of getting the number 1 pick. So let's see. We got Jabari Smith gave you 20 points. Jalen Green, 14. Couple people gave you 12 and 13. 18 from Corey Kispert. Jordan Goodwin gave you 22. And Johnny Davis, 13. Quentin Jackson, 19. Kendrick Nunn, Kendrick Nunn ain't even getting no PT over the Wizards. Lakers were smart for moving on from him. DeRozan, Levine lift Bulls to win season finale over the Pistons, which they should. And Killian Hayes gave you 26 and Jaden Ivey 16. Best thing that happened to Killian Hayes this year was Cade Cunningham being hurt pretty much all season because I think a lot of people were out on Killian Hayes. And he's had a pretty good season this year. Pretty good season. DeRozan gave you 16s. Levine gave you 17. And you had a few players off the bench score 10 and 11. was about, what do we got? 7 more games to go through. San Antonio beats Dallas. Dallas is pathetic. A lot of people been trashing Dallas, and as deserved. They're quitters, man. They're just complete quitters towards the end, and I think they're gonna get fined for tanking because they definitely just decided, hey, we're just gonna tank. And the Spurs, I mean, they look like they balled out. Diop gave you 17, 23 from Sandro. I can't even pronounce his name. Malaki Branham gave you 20, 21 from Dominic Barlow. 16 and 10 from Julian Champagne. Theo Pinson. Oh, yeah, this is what I heard about. Former Tar Heel Theo Pinson. Final game of the season. Ain't played all year, really. Gave you 23 points, 12 assists, and 13 rebounds. On 50% shooting and 50% from threes. Berton, that was Berton. One of the worst contracts in the NBA. Ain't played all year long. Gave you 19. 25 from Jaden Hardy. Like, that's the thing. All these guys, they ain't played all year long, man, really. So, any minutes that they was going to get, they pretty much made sure they got those, made sure they balled the hell out. And the fact that Dallas had Markieff Morris and wasn't even playing him at all is really crazy. JaVale McGee didn't even play. Dwight Powell, Christian Wood. Oh, my gosh. And then they had Kyrie, Tim Hardaway, Luka. They had all their starters inactive. You talking about Loserville, Quitterville, Dallas Mavericks. Minnesota beats the Orlando Pelicans, which they needed to, because if the Pelicans beat them, I think the Pelicans might would have fell into that 8th seed, and the Timberwolves would have fell into the 9th seed. But instead, the Pelicans are the 9th, and the Wizards or the T-Wolves are the 8th seed. Trey Murphy gave you 20. Brandon Ingram gave you 42. CJ McCollum gave you 23. They look like they're ready for the playoffs, that's for sure. We got 30 from Karl Anthony Towns. 20. Rudy Gobert actually did play this game. I thought he wasn't going to play. I think they said he wasn't going to play the Lakers game, which makes no sense. Or is this maybe this is the game. I didn't think this is the game that they got into the fight over. It might have been 26 for Anthony Edwards. It probably is. Rudy Gobert only played 13 minutes. 17 from Mike Conley. 18 from Torian Prince. And Rudy Gobert and Kyle Anderson got into a argument. All due respect, Kyle Anderson told Rudy Gobert block some shots. Rudy Gobert had no blocks. Rudy Gobert tells Kyle Anderson get a rebound, go get a rebound. Kyle Anderson had 9 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks, and 8 points. Kyle Anderson's right. The Timberwolves going to have to make a decision. I don't know if they're going to be able to trade Rudy Gobert, but they're going to have to try to trade. They're going to lose a lot for him, but they're going to have to move off of him. It ain't going to work. It really not. Rudy Gobert and Karl Anthony Towns definitely ain't going to work. Thunder beat Memphis. Oh, yeah, and this is another crazy. Kenny Lofton Jr. ain't really played all year long. Put up 42 and 14 rebounds on 68% shooting. And this was crazy. Kenneth Lofton Jr., which I think is the son of the baseball player, Kenny Lofton. This kid is 6'6", 275 pounds. That's crazy. And let me see. Hold on. Is he a rookie? He's a rookie. So there's still no telling what this kid's going to be. Zaire Williams gave you 24. You had a lot of well balance from the Thunder. You had 25, and the Thunder didn't even start none of their starters. You got 25 from Jared Butler, 24 from Trey Mann. Oliver Sarr gave you 22, and 22 from Ousmane Dieng, along with 22, 15 rebounds with the Oliver Sarr, and 24 and 12 rebounds from Trey Mann. So you had two players that had 20 points and a double-double on rebounds. That's crazy. And we got 4 games to go. Okay, Kings lost to Denver. I don't know if I want to. Do I want to buy into this game? Let's see. Yeah, let's buy into this game. See, this is why I'm not sold on the Kings. The Kings started Harrison Barnes, Keegan Murray, Domantas Sabonis, Kevin Huerter, and De'Aaron Fox. Now, even though Fox, Sabonis, and Harrison Barnes only played 17, 18 minutes, Kevin Huerter and Keegan Murray did, and Kessler Edwards they ain't to do that thing. Malik Monk played 17. None of them scored 20 points. Denver, you had 21 from Bruce Brown. Denver didn't even have none of these starters starting, and they still won this game. Reggie Jackson, Thomas Bryant got some minutes. Thomas Bryant cried about, I got to lead the Lakers because I'm not getting no minutes. You go to Denver, guess what? You still ain't getting no minutes. These cats need to stop overselling their value. Players be putting their own value on themselves, and it's all about the value that the league as a whole puts on you. Lakers beat the Jazz 128-117. They should have won this game. Jazz didn't have nobody really starting that was a starter. Chris Dunn got you 26 points. Kelly Olynyk 23, and Simon Fontecchio gave you 20. LeBron gave you 36 on 33 minutes. Last game of the season, and LeBron and AD played 30 minutes. Austin Reeves and D'Angelo Russell, they're just more concerned about chemistry right now. Malik Beasley, Jared Vanderbilt, Jared Vanderbilt played 19. That was the smallest amount of minutes for the top 6 players. Malik Beasley gave you 26 minutes. 16 points, 13 rebounds from Anthony Davis, 12 and 6 assists from Austin Reeves, 17, 5 assists from Russell. Rui Hachimura gave you 12 points, and Malik Beasley gave you 13. And they're definitely a way better team now with this Jared Vanderbilt, LeBron, Anthony Davis, Austin Reeves, D'Angelo Russell. But still, they ain't played a lot of games together either. That's like a mid-season trade. Clippers beat the Suns. Clippers top shorthanded Suns to clinch number 5 seed. I'm not buying into nothing with this because the Suns pretty much didn't start none of these starters. Saban Lee gave you 25 and 10, and you 13, 14, 15, and 13 for some other players. Clippers had pretty much all their starters that they're going to have starting in the playoffs. Russell Westbrook gave you 25, 9 assists, 7 rebounds, 25 from Kawhi Leonard, 10 and 8 from Zubac, 29 from Norman Powell. Norman Powell is going to be a big piece for them come playoff time. They got Terrence Mann too. They could either one of those cats alternate. They'd be good to go. They're not going to have Paul George. They're going to need Eric Gordon to step up. They're going to need Russell Westbrook to do 25, 9, and 7 every night with Paul George out. But if they have Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Zubac, Eric Gordon, Russell Westbrook. That's a nice starting five with Norman Powell, Mason Plumlee, Terrence Mann, Nicholas Batum, and Bones Highland and Robert Covington coming off the bench. A lot of defensive players in there. Warriors hammer Trailblazers, secure number 6 seed, 157 to 101. Dante DaVinci gave you 10 with 8 assists, 20 from Klay Thompson, 26 from Curry, and they only played 21 and 22 minutes. 21 from Jordan Poole. Moses Moody gave you 25, 15, and 6 and 7 from Jonathan Kuminga. Yeah, they're gonna be scary, man. They got Gary Payton back. They're supposed to be getting Wiggins back. Wiggins should be back by the first round, I would say. And you got 21 from Skylar Mars. Portland. Shaden Sharp gave you 18. Shaden Sharp's gonna be. That's the thing. Portland. Talking about Portland gets the number 2 pick. They probably got to sign Scoot Henderson. If they sign Scoot Henderson, I mean not sign Scoot Henderson, but draft Scoot Henderson, they're gonna have to make some decisions. Do they move off from Damian Lillard and have Shaden Sharp, Scoot Henderson, and Anthony Simons is their future? Because Anthony Simons is still young. Shaden Sharp looks like he's going to be a pretty good pro player, like especially if they give him a lot of minutes next year. And he's a Kentucky guy, so Kentucky guys pretty much always pan out. All right, let's go to the standings. It's locked in. So you got the games tonight. Tonight's games are Atlanta, Miami, Minnesota, and Lakers. I got Miami beating Atlanta. And I got Lakers beating Minnesota. And winner of these games automatically get the 7th seed in their conferences. So if Miami wins or Atlanta wins, they'll get the 7th seed in the Eastern Conference. And Lakers and Minnesota, either one of those win, they'll get the 7th seed in the Western Conference, which the 7th seed in the Western, the Western Conference has the easier 7th seed. Like if the Lakers have to go against Memphis, I wouldn't be shocked if the Lakers beat the Memphis Grizzlies in a first round series. Because Memphis they're still young, still inexperienced. Don't know if Steven Adams is going to be back. Boston, on the other hand, was in the NBA Finals just last year. So but Miami would give Boston a little tough run if Jimmy Butler's healthy. If it's a healthy Jimmy Butler, they'll give them. Miami could win about a game or 2, maybe. But I don't think they can beat Boston. And then, the loser of these games, they'll have to play the winner of the 9th and 10th seeds. And the winner of that gets the 8th seed, which have to play either Denver or Milwaukee. And I don't see no 8th seed winning that. And let me just go over who I probably got winning these first rounds. Not counting the 8th seed and the 9th and the top 2 seeds. Phoenix and Clippers, I got Phoenix. And Phoenix in like 5 or 6. Golden State and the Kings, I'm rolling with Golden State. Cleveland and the Knicks, that's the one that's like, I don't know. I'm going to go Cleveland, but I would not be shocked if the Knicks won that. Philadelphia and Brooklyn, I'm going the Sixers. And I want to pull up the I'm gonna go over I want to go over my all NBA teams. because now they're trying to make it positionless next year, which I think is retarded. I think it's really stupid. I think that's dumb. Because they're just trying to do it so like all three of the MVP top MVP guys can be, because right now you got two centers in the MVP race for the top three with Joel Embiid and Joker. All right, so first team All NBA. My guards, I'm going with. And this is regular season, so I'm going with probably Shea Gilgeous-Alexander and Donovan Mitchell. You know what's crazy is Anthony Davis was literally 6th in the NBA in scoring this year. And he's only 21 years old. He's the youngest dude in the top 10 in scoring. Everybody in the top 10 in scoring is like 24 or over, except Anthony Edwards. Wow. Anthony Edwards is definitely going to be a beast. My forwards, I would go with Jason Tatum, Giannis, oh man, I don't know. It's tough. I hate to do this. But I gotta go Joker. Jason Tatum, Joker, and Giannis. Because I can't contradict what I said the other day about Joel Embiid can't be the number one MVP if you have another guy on the team that's top 10 in the MVP race as well. So that would be my first team All NBA would be Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, Donovan Mitchell, Jason Tatum, Giannis, and Nikola Jokic. Second team would be for the guards would be I will go with Damian Lillard and let me see what position is he? Is he a shooting guard? Yep, I will go Damian Lillard and Anthony Edwards. Damian Lillard and Anthony Edwards. And for my forwards, second team, I would go Joel Embiid, Julius Randle, and Luka Doncic. I mean, he was literally top 3 in scoring. I got to. Like, everything was good until they traded away Spencer. They were literally in the playoffs until they traded away Spencer Dinwiddie and Dorian Finney-Smith and whoever else they got with. So that's my second team. Second team is Damian Lillard, Anthony Edwards at the guards, and Luka Doncic, Joel Embiid, and Julius Randle are my forwards. And third team, I would go guards. I would go Trae Young and De'Aaron Fox. Probably Trae Young and De'Aaron Fox for my guards. And for the forwards, I would go Domantas Sabonis, Jaylen Brown, and Pascal Siakam. That's my first team, second team, and third team All NBAs. No Ja Morant, no LeBron James, no Jalen Brunson, no Steph Curry, Lloyd Marketing might have made it if he played more games. And I don't know that, like, once you get past it's really like based off top 20, top 25 guys in the league for first team, second team, and third team All NBA. But that's where I would go. And let me pull up NFL.com, see if there's anything newsworthy. I haven't seen nothing that was newsworthy recently. Running back Ingram eyes 13th season in the NFL. Young quarterback, Young visited Houston. New York Giants hosting wide receivers. Yep, nothing really big and whatnot. But yep, that's who I would pick for these first rounds, and that's my first team, second team, third team All NBA. Once again, I thank y'all for tuning in. Paul Pickett Podcast, and I'm out.